What's up everyone, it's CyberKnight 8610 and today we have our Yugioh Arc-V episode 29 review for you guys. Yeah, this episode was pretty awesome. We finally had the duel with Yuzu and Matsumi, which is of course the girl that uses Gymknights. Usually just call her that because it's just easy for me to remember, but you know, I guess I should try to learn the names. Anyway, this duel though was awesome. I mean, everything got a fusion it seemed like. I mean, we just saw fusions like the whole time in this episode. I think every turn somebody fusion summoned, like seriously, and maybe even more than once. So it was really good. I mean, this is another one of those episodes that if someone, you know, hasn't seen Arc-V yet, because, you know, they think it's, you know, silly or something, or, you know, whatever, and they like the card game, they need to see, like, this episode. This is one of the ones I would recommend, because it was pretty good. And the only complaint I really have is still the action duel thing. And, I don't mean, like, I like the fields where they duel, and I like how, of course, you know, the monsters, they can, like, ride on the back of the monsters and every stuff, too. I like that aspect of it. But the action cards, I still hate that, because in this duel especially, which, you know, I'll go through the duel here in a second, in this duel especially, though, there were cards that really relied on it. Like, if there weren't such thing as those action cards, Matsumi really couldn't have done a lot of things she did in this episode. So, you know, and it makes the card she used not really as good, or at least one of them, one of the new Gymknight cards. But yeah, here we go. First off, of course, they finally have their duel again, and yeah, we actually see Master Diamond, like, right off the bat, too. So it was pretty cool to see that. I see Zarconia as well in this, and even a new Gymknight. They had a female Master Diamond. It was like Brilliance or something like that. I forgot the exact name. I plan to talk about all the new cards in this episode. We're going to do a separate thing. I figured I should talk about them, though, after I do the episode review, you know, because I guess there's some kind of spoiler stuff in that. I don't know. I hate to on Sundays, you know, whenever the episode just comes out. So since it's subbed and all that now, I'll try to have, like, a review of the cards that were revealed, you know, probably tomorrow or something. But anyway, actually seeing a female like Master Diamond like that was pretty cool. You know, just seeing more fusions for Gymknights. That's the reason I'm really happy to see Gymknights are in this. They're one of my favorite archetypes. So actually seeing more support for them from this is pretty cool. And also can't wait to see, you know, when Constellars get to play again. You know, I don't know. I don't think they've said who the Constellar guy's going against yet, or even X-Saber. I don't remember, at least. So hopefully they'll get a bunch of support too. You know, people that are, you know, wondering more about those. Anyway, we actually see, like, what was it, probably like 3 new cards for them. So they got like a fusion and everything, got a new Gymknight card that helps fuse. You can actually just use monsters from the deck to do that. And this is the card I have a problem with. It's a cool card, don't get me wrong on any of that. But the reason I have a problem with it is, yeah, in a regular Gymknight deck, this could kind of work because you have to send, it lets you fuse from the deck, but then the monster has 0 attack, you know, from it. But if you send a spell from your hand to the graveyard, it gets its attack back. So, you know, if you have Gymknight Fusion, that's something that's pretty easy to do for Gymknights. You know, they can always get Gymknight Fusion real easy. So I don't have a problem with that, you know, in the card game. Maybe make it a little bit better if they actually do print this card, which I think they kind of will. You know, maybe change it up a little bit, though. Other than that, though, the reason I had a problem with it is that every time then she's running for the action cards, the spell cards, and using those. And I don't know, it's kind of like the writing duels on that. It's cool, it gives you something new, and I know they want to try to add more action to, you know, dueling and everything to get kids' attentions and all in this anime, but I don't like that, because it does kind of take away from the way it really would be if you're actually dueling in real life. You know, you can't run for an action card, or not yet at least. You never know. Maybe next season, you know, we'll all have Duelists or something. I don't know, but it's just kind of one of the things that kind of gets under my skin a little bit on that. But again, it's the show. You're supposed to take it for what it is. So it is cool, though. A lot of different stuff action duels bring to the table. But not only that, Yuzu finally summons, you know, actually fusion summons this turn, and I like this a lot better. I like seeing actually a female character too having really strong cards like this, and I'm hoping that she'll make it pretty far up in the ranks on this tournament. Of course, more likely she won't win. If anyone, I would guess it'd be Yugioh on that, I would assume. But hopefully she gets up there pretty good ways, not just, you know, like next time we see her duel, it's just going to be, you know, just get obliterated. I really hope they don't go that route, because there really haven't been too strong of female duelists in the anime, now that I think about it. I mean, Aki was probably, you know, from 5Ds, probably the strongest out of all of them that I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, even Alexis from GX didn't seem that strong, and I don't really remember anyone from Zexal or Zell on that, so yeah, I mean, hopefully, you know, they'll kind of change it up, and I really like the monster she's using. They, of course, they finally showed one of the fusions, the Melodious fusions that she has, or Fantasia, I guess, for Japan. And so we get the effect and all that. It was a pretty good one. But the main one, and it's like her new main monster, I guess, and that is Bloom Diva, the Floral Melodious Saint. I have it over my computer so I can remember that long name on there. But it's actually an amazing card. I'm hoping this will get printed. Maybe these Melodious cards or Fantasia cards, I don't know, I have to say, I guess both for that. Hopefully they will all get printed over here. We had a few of them in Duelist Alliance. I'd love to see these fusions, and if they could actually be competitive. But yeah, this card, if it battles like a monster from the extra deck or something like that, it instantly destroys it, and then all the damage done that you would take from it, because it has a low attack, it's like 1,000 attack, goes to your opponent instead. So it's actually pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of even like Gustos, you know, with like the new strategy they have with their synchros and everything, how they can do that, where, you know, you basically kamikaze them into your opponent and keep bringing out more, and then they would get all the damage instead of you. So I really like that, and I'm hoping that, you know, we're going to see a lot more fusions for this archetype, and actually all of them get printed as well. But yeah, it basically, pretty simple, like I said, on that happens, so that you really should check out the episode. It was a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoyed this episode. It was really cool. I mean, just seeing fusions, it just seems, you know, it's really cool on this series how we're actually seeing, you know, fusions, rituals. Hopefully we'll see more rituals in the future too, but synchros, of course, new pendulum summons, Xyz summons. It's just great to have all those. I guess it really did bother me a lot on Xeller's Exel how, you know, it was just mainly Xyz. So it is just so nice and refreshing to see all these different forms of summonings again. But yeah, tell me what you guys thought. If you enjoyed this or not, like I said, I really recommend seeing this if you haven't, and, you know, if you have a friend out there that, you know, doesn't really like Arc-V, maybe they haven't given it a chance yet, show them like an episode like this, because I think this is a really good episode, and I can't wait to see what else is going to happen on the story. You know, Yuzu actually won this duel, so it was cool to see her redeem herself and all on that too, and even Matsumi gives her like that Crystal Rose card too, which helps you with fusion, so it was really cool to see that. Next episode's going to be Gun Genzaka versus, I don't know, what was the guy's name? I don't know if they ever said his name. I don't know. He was the guy that was a bully to Yugioh. I don't remember if they actually said his name or not. I'm sure they did, but I just don't remember it. But actually looks pretty cool, and I think Genzaka is going to have a new synchro for us as well, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think on that. Thank you for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I can't wait for these Melodious cards to actually get printed, because I actually want to try them out, and like I said, we'll have discussion videos on those, and the new CyberKnight cards, and a separate video, probably tomorrow or something on that. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.